There we go. Let's remind everybody that the Township Council meetings will be audio and videotaped and will be shown on Ocean's Cable Channel, Channel 22 on Verizon Fios, and Channel 77 on Cablevision. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Napolitano?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Fisher?
Here.
Councilmember Sotero?
Here.
And Teller?
Here.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for the meeting have
thank
been
you.
satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster posted in Town Hall and filed in the office of the municipal clerk on December 18th, 2025. I'm going to start off with Greg. He's got our township issues, and then Colleen will be up next. So let's start off with Mr. Blash.
I don't know if everybody got the list. I don't know
Hi.
if you get it.
How are you?
Emailed it to you. There's really no changes on there. I'd probably like to, unless you have specific questions, I'd rather defer my time to the closed session tonight, because I have two topics in there I have to talk to you about.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's how much time you thinking you can close?
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. There's two items, one might take 10, the other will take 5. They're both related.
All right, so I usually get 20.
But there's really no change in any of the projects in the last 2
Yeah,
months,
I
other
figured
than
that.
we're working on top of.
There can't be much change in terms.
Yeah,
How much more work do they have to do on Poplar? They really, looks like they're digging it up.
yeah. They're probably about halfway done. They got another week and a
Yeah.
half, 2 weeks or so.
Greg, they're doing the whole length?
No, this is just phase 1. The project we're putting out the bid after we get done with the assessments end of the month will be phase 2, so that'll be done in the fall.
Okay, phase 2 will be the paving,
No, phase 2 will be the other half of the road.
the other half of the
We're
road.
gonna pave that project.
Right.
This section will be paved probably the end of June,
Yep.
no, end of July,
Okay,
and we'll probably have the other one starting in August.
okay.
What's the street that's next to David Street that we only did the half of last year?
That's Christie Lane.
Christie Lane.
That's
Are
the
we
one I
doing
call-
the rest of that?
Yeah, we're doing the other half.
You got
we
a
were
call, you got a
gonna-
call too?
Oh, no, that was
I
last,
think
that was
we were
last
gonna
year's.
rename that street Fazio.
Oh, it should be Fazio Way.
Fazio Way.
Absolutely, 100%.
Sorry, Jackie.
For Poplar, you and I mentioned this to you earlier. Is there a way we could look into getting school signs and
Yeah, I've got to
looking
talk to
into
the police about that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's on my
in
list.
25
Yeah.
past
Oh,
the school?
25 mile speed limit?
I mean, I don't know. What's the law on school
Well, yeah,
zones?
if you have a school zone, that would be reduced in the zone during school hours
Yeah.
to 25, yeah,
So that I
that's
think-
pretty easy to do.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
that would be a good idea.
I'll talk to the sergeant about that, and we'll
Yeah.
get that taken care of.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it'd be better if it was like blinking when there's school there, because I have full buyer's remorse on Logan Road right now. I'm just
Oh
saying.
my
So let's
Well,
do
we're getting
blinking.
a ton of complaints, and the chief grabbed me out at the sheriff's department today and said he's getting a lot too.
And by the way, I saw OTPD out today pulling somebody over.
Okay, good.
On Logan Road, so.
They've been
At least it
radar
wasn't
a lot
you.
on
So
roads.
just, I guess they're doing a good job.
Hold on, Mayor, if I may?
Yeah.
To Gita's point,
I
great
didn't have
point.
dinner, I didn't have lunch.
Can we verify that we have that at the other schools in town?
I'm pretty sure we do, but I will double check
I'm
with the
just
police.
thinking for some reason Dowie Avenue,
I
I
do
could be
not.
wrong.
There's a 25. There's
I'm pretty
definitely
sure-
a 20.
Yeah, I think
I'm
it's
pretty
a
sure there's a
school
school
zone.
zone there, yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check it though, it's
Okay,
easy enough
I
to
think
double
that's a great point.
Oh, I wanted to bring something up. I don't know if anybody's mentioned this before, but we put Wickapeco on our side at 25, but Interlakens is at 35. Did you know that?
The council in Interlake has approved the 25 this
Okay,
month, and that'll
just
be-
wanted
that'll
to
be
bring
changed
that
next
up.
month.
Phew.
No, we've been told them that we
Well, that'd be
requested, they
cool,
agreed.
we'd sit right on
So that will change
border,
next
So
month.
funny because
rack it up.
Tracy said she drove,
Yeah,
she
they
go to
said
work
no problem.
going
Okay.
35, but comes
Is that
home
really-
she has
Really?
to do
It's
25
It's better that way.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only piece of 35 mile they
I wanna
haven't
get my
Yeah,
approved.
somebody
Right.
brought that up. I'm like, that's psychotic.
We couldn't change it without their permission.
Okay, all right, so
That's
there's
on-
your answer to that problem.
That's.
Yeah,
Okay.
I already had a call in the mayor over there.
Okay, great,
They're
I
approving that
called
the next
him
council
today,
meeting.
and he actually literally just called me back, so
good.
he already answered my question.
All right, cool.
I knew you were looking into this, but is there gonna be another entrance or exit coming out of the Hillel on
That
Deal?
They're working, they have to present that, I've talked to them about that, and they do want that, so they're gonna change, come for an amended site plan,
Okay,
but that's something they're working on.
perfect, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more, since, to let everybody else know, I had gotten a phone call, email, something, about, and we brought this up before, and I brought it up to Greg yesterday or 2 days ago. Primarily in the summer, but it's consistent, Monmouth Road and West Park, where Adler's is, we've talked about trying to make that no left-hand turn out of there, no left-hand turn out of Adler's, and only make the right, you with me? So Greg explained, and he's gonna look into it, but that's not the first complaint I've gotten, and given that I live there and I see it every day, it's a pain in the backside. But Greg made a point that, and Colleen I may even have a conversation with you, that the original site plan probably didn't prevent that from happening, so unless they come in for a site change, we can't do that, and it's a county road. But Greg was gonna look into it, because that
So they can't.
is a
Yeah.
tough road,
Yeah.
tough
Well,
area.
it's a county control, but they're gonna have the same thing, is that site plan was approved so long ago, hasn't changed, and unless they make a change, they can't put new restrictions on the driveway. Unless there's a serious safety issue, which it hasn't occurred yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, that from Park down to West Park is
Yep.
not good,
Nope.
that whole section through there.
Yeah. And you know what, the same thing should apply coming out of Brennan's too, now I'm thinking about it, that's why I'm making
And
that.
then the coffee shop, the Rook thing,
Rook,
too,
oh,
they
Rook
come
is
out
a
there.
disaster.
That's
So
the worst
weird.
one, cause they
Yeah.
actually block the traffic to try to get
Correct.
Yeah, it's all bad.
I wanna know who approved that back in the day. It was a sandwich shop back in the
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
Approve the Rook.
That was a sandwich shop, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who approved that? It's like having a business in a closet. It's crazy.
Greg, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, closed. So Colleen, is yours closed or open that you wanna go around?
Open.
Okay,
I have one thing before,
okay.
because Colleen's gonna take a while. I had Tim Shea from TOSA would like to know when anybody would like to come for a tour. Would
Oh.
like to start making arrangements.
So Ray's saying you must go to that.
Definitely.
Let's plan it for August.
I want to
Oh,
tour.
no.
Yeah, you really need a good, nice, hot day.
Nice
He
humid.
said,
Yeah.
he said mornings are probably the
breeze.
best, and he can arrange availability any date, Monday through Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, so
Can I get back to you?
Sure.
I just have to look at my schedule.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody
Yeah,
else?
that's
or-
Yeah, I'll take a,
Okay.
if we can make it
I
work
get
at
it.
the same time.
That's
great.
Oh,
If
that would
not,
be good.
Did you
Okay.
know you will
get a
never
I'm good.
refresher.
Okay.
I think you're missing out.
No, I'm good.
You really need
I
to
didn't do that on
understand the
purpose.
biological
The
science.
nice thing about it is you'll know whenever you pass a treatment plant.
I wanted to
again
see
in
it in
life, you'll know
Public
where it's
Works
coming
too. I don't know.
I have a
Same
very,
day, but-
like, I have a superpower. Like, my nose is
all
very
right, Colleen,
sensitive,
go
so-
ahead,
Oh, boy.
you're up.
No, I just wanted to talk about some changes that I would like to propose. One of them is impervious coverage. They'd like to lower it. It was lowered
We're supposed to be low.
all of them were supposed to be lowered. Only some of them were lowered, and that was before my time. And so the rest, we wanna do 45% across the board on everything.
What do you mean some or
Residential
lower?
and commercial.
What is it now?
Remember when
Right now, certain zones are 45, some are 65%.
Where's the
That's a lot.
65% zones?
65% of the R4,
R4.
Really?
the R5.
Everything was supposed to go to 45.
R6,
and
This is all residential.
Two
you're talking
zones were
about?
left
Residential, okay.
at 65.
and also lower the height of the structures, I'd like to do.
Where are
too.
some of the R4 zones, roughly?
Yeah, where's the map?
I mean, they sporadically, is R4 like off of Overbrook? That one where there's business and resi?
The R4 is,
Overbrook, Elberon, where you have business and residential?
Do you have copies that we could see?
Yeah, you're off of, like Monmouth Road, that whole, like down by the golf course, south of the golf course, is
Yep.
all R4. R4 is up north of, like Park, left of Park, all the area over there, like, Brookside up through, I forget the northern road there, but that whole section there, all the way left up through West Park, that whole section is all R4.
So Colleen, your recommendation is to, make it just consistent across the
yeah,
board?
and that's something I wanna do sooner than
Yeah.
later
Yeah.
on this.
What
It's, I've had many conversations with Greg over it on the impervious coverage, which is
Yeah, one
creating
of the
some issues.
things I can tell you is the grading plans for the last 2 years, for the R4 specifically, 90% of them are coming in like 41, 42%, cause you can't really fit more on there unless you wanna be obnoxious. You know, they were talking, you have a pool, they have a little basketball court, they got a pretty big house, a pool, garage, and a cabana. It's like, it's massive, and why would you wanna put any more on there? And they can still go to 65. So I think, cause since we have 90% coming in at 41, 42%,
Yeah,
there's
we
no
won't have
reason
a
not to
problem.
go to 40.
Yeah.
And I have a chart if you wanna see
Can I
what
see
we
that?
wanna,
How did we not get this? Because I remember when we did make these
Well,
changes the
Mink.
first time.
for some reason, those zones did not happen, I don't.
There's, somebody did wanna change that number.
Can I see the
One
map,
person.
Colleen?
So we did it.
Yeah, me too, please.
Colleen, what did you say about the height too? Because I
I'd
tend
like
to
to
agree
lower
with
the
you
height,
that.
which will help,
What is our height now?
It's 35%.
35
I mean,
feet.
35
Thank you.
feet in height, so lower just a 30,
2.5 roughly?
yeah, so, yeah,
Is
2.5,
35 is 2.5?
yeah.
Well, 30 is 2.5.
30 is?
Yeah, you can easily fit 2.5 and a 30. I mean, you get rid of the high peak houses when you come down the pike.
And I
there's
think
no,
you get
because that
rid of
makes the
the,
structure look massive,
The
It
box.
does, yeah.
with the bigger roof.
yeah,
These are all
that's
great
something that I'd
recommendations.
like to do sooner than later, we're working on a lot of other things, but
What do you
Yeah.
measure?
Yeah.
What's the bottom? what's
Okay,
the
so
top?
long?
The existing ground
Kevin.
elevation to the peak of the roof.
Oh, thank you. Oh, to the peak, yeah.
mhm. Yeah, and I think that would help too.
Do we
with-
give many variances for that?
You don't need them right
We
now.
don't need
It's-
'em.
It's so lenient.
Mhm.
that most houses are only 30 feet in that come in at a two-story level.
So what you're,
Unless you
and
get
what
like
you're
a-
having too is that they're completing the attic space as living
Yeah.
space.
Some
That's
houses
right.
are massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the ones with the peak,
Yeah.
real peaks, and they have the dormer sticking out, it just makes the house look
So
huge.
which ones are we planning to do? Or, like, it's now
So
it's R4, you said?
well, for the height, it would be most of them.
I meant for the
And for the
impervious,
coverage
yeah.
would be the R4, and down.
But it'll be, all residential would then be the same?
Mhm.
The same thing with height, all residential the
Yeah.
same?
And just so I'm clear, so lowering it means lessening the amount of coverage itself. Increased pervious
Correct.
coverage,
Right. Yeah.
less
Correct.
impervious. Right, okay. just
And what I'm seeing here is, the lots are completely covered.
Yeah.
Nobody likes grass, nobody likes trees, they don't want it, they do everything they can to have it covered with walkways, patios, sports courts, and it's hindering.
Can we change the setback? Setback seems tight too, you know?
Yeah, the problem if you did that, then anybody coming in with a revised plan, like
Yeah.
putting a little addition on because they have room, would then be a variance.
Yeah.
And since you're 99% developed in all these zones, I think that would be more of a hindrance than.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
there's a lot of things I'd like to change, setbacks for
I think one
example,
thing at a
I think-
time.
But the whole ordinance needs to be redone, but these are
Fine.
things that I think need to be addressed soon, especially the impervious coverage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And with my conversations with Greg and what we're seeing coming in, it needs to be done sooner than later.
Bring it.
So,
So
okay, and
When
then-
was the last time it was changed?
Yeah, probably about 3 years ago.
We did it.
Yeah,
We
I
did it.
presented it here and we.
I
said
was
it
here when
before.
we did
Yeah.
it, right when it
Yeah.
started.
And it seemed like we were doing the right thing. I mean, it wasn't, you know, we
But
did
that's
tighten
why I
it
don't
up.
remember, why did we do some and not
We did 'em.
others?
We did them all.
And?
So,
The planning board was given advice to not change those two zones.
Why?
Ah,
Don't know.
wait,
Mm.
why would the planning board
I'll
make
tell
that
you in
decision?
private, in the
Okay.
executive.
It's
Don't-
interesting.
Wait, don't we and no disrespect to the planning board, don't we make that decision?
I'll tell you in exec.
It goes to
I'll
the
go through the
planning,
story.
so
Yeah.
any changes to the ordinance goes to the planning board to see if it's in conflict with the master
Right.
plan. And then it, if they say, they find it and they don't like it, but you still have ultimately the decision to, overrule that.
Mhm.
But, yeah, so somewhere along the way, I don't know, it
But
was
there's-
presented this way and when the ordinance was,
It was a simple reason that, and in fairness to the planning board, I'll explain that to you.
Mhm.
Outside of the meeting?
No, an exec tonight.
Oh, got it. Okay.
What's the height for
I was going with
commercial,
that.
what's the height for commercial buildings and like hotels and stuff?
so,
I think
it's,
it's 35 feet, I'm not positive.
yeah, that
We'd have to look at that.
So how many stories would that be?
I think most commercials are only 1 story.
But like for the hotels and residential units, I guess, would also be 35 feet?
I'm pretty sure it is, we'd have to double check.
So the property on Monmouth across from 7-Eleven, I don't know if they're apartments, condo, whatever, the 6 units or 8 units, whatever it is, did that need a variance
yeah, that went before the board.
for height?
They're,
I don't know
Probably
for
close
height,
to
but
35.
yeah,
They're
I
probably in that
don't
range.
think they went for
Okay.
height.
yeah, they
Alright.
could get side yards and some other
Okay.
things, but.
Colleen, I had a question for you. I know we've discussed this even when I was on the planning board. We don't have an architectural standard in this township. And I understand we don't have a historic district like Ocean Grove. And I don't wanna add another layer of expense to the township, because I understand you'd have to bring in an architect and whatever. But generally speaking, are we looking at these plans and saying, this does fit into the neighborhood, this doesn't fit into the neighborhood, or hey, this is what I like and this is what I'm building?
You can't, you don't have a
There's
design
no ordinance.
standards, yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have where, you know, you can paint it any color, style it
There's
any
no
color,
standard.
just,
Yeah.
You can make it out of whatever will structurally work.
We tried that when I was on the planning board for 35. Everything had the brick motif, if you will.
I think that is in place. You can't have, there's certain architectural standards for commercial buildings on
Mhm.
35.
Okay, good.
That has like,
But
like
residential
brick and
is-
Got it.
window
Yeah, I get it.
ratios, yeah.
Yeah.
Do other towns have some sort of standard? I mean, I know Ocean Grove has something, but I'm not looking for what Ocean Grove has.
Where do you look
Most
at, Dave, where
Notice
do you
most
think you're
don't.
looking for?
I just find it's kind of, listen, I know times change, and you know, in 1940, that handyman special from Sears was the standard, and then life goes on, and then some people like, you know, something more modern, something more boxy, something more little, but it's just so odd to drive down the street and see we have nothing. I mean, we have not even, it's really actually rather.
Well, Colleen, maybe we can look into, or just
Neighborhood consistency.
straw poll some towns,
Like
see
you
what
have
they do. I
colonial
don't
next
know.
to a
I mean,
modern
it's,
house.
the
Yeah.
ocean's
Well,
tough.
But who's gonna decide
I
whether
think,
we choose
that's-
colonial or modern? I don't know that it's for
Yeah, I
us
think
to
they, you know,
pick
Fisher,
that.
you got a point on Ocean Grove and stuff, those are, you know, historical, different areas. Ocean's a tough town because it is a,
It's been a hodgepodge
Yeah, it's a
since I was a
hodgepodge.
kid, you know, so, you
Yeah.
know, you had the houses that were built in the 50s, and then people said, no, I want more of a center hall colonial, and somebody said, well, hey, you know, and then the ranch kind of fell out of favor, but then people were like, I want my ranch back, and, you know,
I
it's.
think maybe we just
Yeah.
see what other towns may do if
I'm
they
just
have
curious
any
what other towns do,
controls on it.
you know, and if they don't, then
I'm
they
gonna
just.
say the majority of them don't have anything.
Yeah.
I don't think I know any off the top of my head unless they have a historic
There's a
district.
couple. I think
But-
Rumson may have an architectural standard.
Yeah.
Or no, Fairhaven, I'm sorry, Fairhaven has.
And the reason I bring this up, I have a friend of mine who's on the Oceanport planning board, and he's in the business. So he is very tough on applicants because he understands textures and those terms that I don't know. But, you know, I'm just inquiring, that's all.
By some point, have board members who, no.
I think your problem, just from my opinion, if you wanna have that standard, you have to somehow, who's gonna set the standards and who's gonna make the decision and saying this fits
Right.
and this doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Cause that's gonna have to be somebody that has some experience in that, and that means you're gonna have to have somebody that, you know, be bringing in to do that, like an
Yeah.
architect on every application.
Mhm.
And then it's his opinion, I mean, you
Yeah,
have,
Sure.
you
it
get
gets
3 architects
expensive.
and get
Yeah, I
one
mean,
opinion,
it's a
so
complicated
that's-
subject,
that's a
but,
tough one. Especially now that everything's kind of already changed and out of the box.
yeah,
You don't have consistency throughout neighborhoods anymore.
sure.
And one quick comment on the impervious resolution or amendment or whatever we're gonna call it. So we're taking the position that we wanted to do this originally. It was done for almost everything except R4, and we're gonna fix it, remedy it, and get it back to what we thought we were doing back then. Have you all seen what was going on in West Long Branch along the same lines? Cause they're reducing the amount of impervious surface, and they couldn't have the meetings at the town hall because they flooded the place with people, the
really?
police had to close the meeting.
No, I didn't see that.
You may wanna read up on that one. We may all wanna just be prepared. I don't see
Well,
it be,
this won't
that's
be
why I
that
let
kind of
in with what I
problem.
let in with,
Yeah.
No.
so, but,
Because, I mean, I think when we originally talked about this, remember I mentioned that most residential ordinances that have been established with coverage in mind in the first place were at 30%.
right,
So that, if we went from 65 to 30, I think you'd have it filled up. But going from 65 to 45, most people in the R4 already know, to go 40 to 65% in a lot that size is just, you can't fit all those amenities in it.
Right.
That would make sense to you, because it's a smaller house, it's not like you have, you know, like a R1 zone where you have a 10,000 square foot house, there's a lot of different things you can do.
Yep.
But the R4 zone isn't a big zone.
all good.
Good. Colleen, the other thing?
And, so I was approached, Dave and I, had meetings, and, Isaac Massery is looking to add some changes to the C4 zone for what he, what's permitted there. I had meetings with Dave, then we had a meeting with, Greg and Jim Higgins, our planner. I've spoken to Councilwoman Kaplan at the planning board meeting, just in the caucus about some things. I've given out the piece of paper of items that they're requesting. So this is something that I thought the council should look over, think about it. The impervious, I wanted an answer today, but this other, I think you need to think about it and really say, is this what you're looking for, in the town? As you know, one of the things on the list is data center.
Yeah, caught my eye.
That's a hot topic,
Mhm.
even before, and now it's really become a hot topic. I don't know if that's something, that's probably something they wanna just take a step back until a little more is known about it.
I just wanna, just as a follow-up, I saw Isaac somewhere, and his main request, I didn't talk to him about anything, is car washes. So that is not as bad, but
No.
just in terms of priority, that was his, I
You know,
think he has
I
that.
guess car washes, you have to.
What's
Right
that?
now, I think
Data center,
you're right. I don't think we know.
I don't think anyone wants it.
I
I
think,
think right now, even I think even the higher ups, higher than we are right now, they're looking into this with the water usage and the electric and how everything is gonna
The
shake
governor
out,
just came out
and the
today,
space and everything
which
else.
I have that.
I think
that's-
the biggest problem with them is, you know, the federal government permits automatically, they can develop their own power source.
Right,
So that's a problem in itself, because once this power source generating power on this property, you know, what does that look like? Is it a mini nuclear power plant? Is it
Oh
a
my
windmill? Is
goodness.
it whatever?
right,
But the federal government saying you're allowed to do that, which would hopefully not circumvent our zoning, but that's why I think you kinda gotta get at the data center for level one,
Yeah.
and and you gotta look into it.
so
because-
Colleen, these are the ones,
These-
my suggestion is to the council that you guys take a look at these, see what you agree, disagree with, and then shoot
The
Colleen.
warehouse is already there. We
Yeah.
have the Amazon building, which we all know. they're
So
coming
really,
back.
what's your, on here, what are your,
Coming back.
what are your, what are your recommendations on here that you don't
Car
recommend?
wash, like Councilman Kaplan said, it's not so bad, but,
Right.
Do you really want a car wash over there? I don't know.
And
Then
is
you
this
gotta realize, it's just
specifically
not,
Seaview?
it's
Seaview
just,
or is
no,
it
it's
all-
the whole C4 zone, so
That's the
Seaview is
problem.
not just its own zone, it's the whole
Could it go
C4
into
zone.
could they run
You wanna look at the
Um,
map again?
You know, do you want a fast food with a
No, they're all
drive-through?
recycled. That's all
No.
recycled in the car wash.
Yeah, you gotta consider these things in the mall, so you might wanna say
No,
that
it's
these,
all-
some of these
it's
things
re-
can't exist in the mall. Cause in the meeting I was at, I was like, why would you wanna put a fast food establishment on the end of the mall, even though they're all little standalone buildings, with a drive-through in it? I said if it was a standalone out in the parking lot, that's not so bad.
So Starbucks, is that C4?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that you could see at that on the end of the building, the drive-through is a major, cause all that traffic going in front of those stores every day,
Yeah.
and then people walking into the store.
So was that just?
But it's there now, you're saying?
Yeah.
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 So was that,
But in my
Variance?
opinion, that's a problem.
was that a variant?
It
I-
was, yeah, I mean, I
Yeah, whatever,
advertised
they
it
probably
before the
granted
board,
it,
yeah.
and it was not that long ago, it was only maybe 5-6
Yeah.
years ago.
I
Yeah.
think I might even.
Because the
been on
Starbucks was down
But
the
that-
other end.
That's a perfect example, is that, then that's on the end, you know, would have to be on the end, but you have the whole mall, you kind of.
are these
people
all
walking in.
additions? Or,
This is what they're requesting.
so
They-
none of
they-
these were existing
Yeah.
on
The
here?
warehouse, you said, I thought was.
Well, we have the warehouse, so Amazon
Oh.
came,
Okay.
and they're back, they're coming back, Amazon.
Who's, Amazon?
Yeah,
Amazon.
so
Oh, yeah?
Amazon's coming back.
Oh, no way.
Oh, so I was just
Oddly
wondering
enough,
about that.
really?
They haven't submitted, I've been back and forth with the architect while I was out for a while. Greg had, looked at the plans, and Nicole was the go-between on some comments, and gotta just be careful.
So not Amazon, somebody else.
No, it's Amazon.
But they wanna restructure it?
Well, they didn't really get into a lot of detail of what's going on inside, they just say they're expanding the business into the next store over. So we're trying to get more detail exactly what is going in that store.
And changing the site plan a little
Yeah.
with customer or employee walkways
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the, I
It
call it
didn't
the
make a lot of sense what they were doing,
Why'd they leave in the first place? Because they opened the other facility?
that's what they said.
Yeah.
They
Isaac
they
doesn't
always-
care, he's still getting rent.
Yeah, they always said they
No
were only opening this
disrespect.
facility for a year or two until the one in Tin Falls was
Yeah.
done, and then they would close this one, that was always up front,
Mm-hmm.
but.
Yeah, again, fast food with a drive-through, bank with a drive-through, that's really, auto, you want a dealership there, I don't know,
Yeah, I don't think you want an auto service center, I mean, like a car service center, like a gas station,
Like Ray
the guy,
Katina on Cindy Lane.
or like the guy on Monmouth and Roosevelt.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
He's an auto repair, he's an auto service center.
Oh, yeah.
Ironically, Sears
A
was
new
there though.
car service center?
But they really
Like Ray
didn't do,
Catino and Cindy,
like the guy
that's
over here
fine.
does, they
I-
do
Tesla,
tires and
something
they
like
bad
that,
apples.
maybe?
Stuff, yeah.
But Costco has a auto
Well, that's the
service.
thing, and they were
But
also
that's
looking
just
for like
tires.
a tire place, and it's, what Costco has.
So that's why I think you
tire.
gotta make specifics, I mean, you don't mind certain things being there, but you don't want other things, so you'd have to clarify each one of these if you don't have a problem with it.
Right.
So thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
So what's the process?
Well, this is something I think the council needs to think about and discuss amongst themselves, and you let me know.
So,
And then we go from there. If you're in agreement, we add them. If you're not, we change them.
can we
I mean,
kick
some
it?
of the things in the C4
She
zone,
didn't
we
want an
have
answer
some,
now.
we have some
No,
outdated.
I don't want her to answer. No, that's fair.
You know, we
Can
have,
kick
we
it to
have
the-
a video store. We don't have those anymore.
A
One
video
Jeanette,
store.
we don't
What
have
was
that.
the
Haberdasher.
haberdasher?
Haberdasher's listed. So we don't have that anymore. I mean, so certain things we don't, which we would clean that up.
Can we kick this to the planning board and get their thoughts?
Right.
And have them come back to us?
A gun shop.
I think it's us to
Throwing
make
that
our
out.
decision.
We have
It's
to
your,
make the
to make a decision whether
Yeah.
you want it to, if, you know, what you're, likely to add or not add. If you want it, you know,
Shoe shine parlor.
wait, something to think about. Impervious, I just want it today.
Are these businesses that are like lined up to move in possibly to the open spaces? Is that what he's asking?
Don't know.
I think he has said he wants, I don't think they're ready to move in, but he wants that possibility to market. Any of these kids, cause he doesn't know what he's just trying to get somebody in there, so
Mhm.
he, all these, he thinks would go in there.
So right now it's just like home store shopping,
Yeah,
home goods.
So it's, and to me, it's warehouse. There's already a warehouse. There's the Amazon. Do you want another warehouse there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's a lot right across the
Yeah.
street.
So it's something that you have to think about, and you know, he's been pushing and, but it's something the council has to, and I think
If
he
we
thought
could
maybe
get
it
back,
was gonna
if
be
you guys
presented
could get
today
back to
for
Colleen
adoption, but
early next week, this way she can wrap this up and decide how we
can
wanna.
write it up and.
Yeah, how we wanna proceed. I think you guys take a, you know, a little bit to look at
Yeah,
it.
cause I think his attorney at this point, Ms. Krimko is,
Persistent.
You're being
A nice word.
well, like she said, you know, if it's not, they're not getting what they want, then they may have to go a different direction of maybe asking for an actual zone change, not just changes of what's permitted in the zone.
It will be combined soon.
But then it would just be that area, you have to be, you know,
Gotta be the whole zone.
it's a whole zone.
Yep.
The children's entertainment, what would that be?
Oh, like
That's
a.
already there also.
Sky zone.
Like a
Like
sky
a
zone.
sky zone
Yeah.
or-
So
We
it's
have
not-
one that's just going over by, Floor and Decor and that strip mall in Meadowbrook. It's, you know, like an indoor gym type of jungle gym, you know, little snack bar.
I mean, I don't think I'd have a problem with that.
I think it would probably
need
help
more
just to throw my
children.
2 cents in is if you kind of put some of the things you envision those to be. Because,
Yeah.
you know, how
Definition of it.
how you guys envision
Might
it,
be
some guy
different.
coming to an application vision, well, kids are in there. So I think you kinda wanna
Be
give
specific.
examples and say, this is the kind of things we wanna limit it to.
Yep.
Just a
Mhm.
thought, cause otherwise it's just too wide open.
You know, and they're asking for medical offices. We discussed not having it, I guess, having it at the end of the mall area, not
In the middle.
just in the middle, you know, like they did that at Monmouth Mall. So it's,
Yeah, 'cause some of, you know, you're talking the emergency services things, you know, people
Mhm.
are, you know, pretty hard in going in the middle of this shopping center,
so you have a list of what's
yeah, we gotta
already
post it.
permitted in the C4 zone, and you'll get a chuckle out of some of the old time things that are listed.
yeah.
But, and then just go through them and.
Alright, we'll
let me
get,
know.
send you our comments back, and then you can do what you gotta do.
Could I just address
Yeah.
something?
Go ahead.
So as you know, in OEM, Greg and I have talked about this many, many times. You know, I do, two of my functions are protection and mitigation, and I just wanna throw my, support behind the 45% impervious zone, because we really need to do something about this. Our flooding is not getting any better, and, people just gotta, you know, it's the way it is. But I just wanna throw my support.
I don't think that any of us are not in support of that. I would think that, you know, the
Yeah,
45%
no, I
blanket.
understand, but I just wanted
At
to
that
make sure
point,
that
I'll
OEM
write
is on
that
the,
up.
Yeah,
And get that
On the record
moving
for
for
that.
the
you can
next-
get it moving for us,
Yeah,
and then
and
we
the
can get it
others,
on the
just let me
agenda.
know, take the time and think, really think about it.
You mean about 65? Well,
Well,
look,
no,
if,
the impervious coverage and the height, I
Yeah,
think I
yeah.
can move on and get
Yeah.
that written up to move
okay,
forward.
impervious
But-
definite.
But the C4 zone, take your time and really think about it.
Okay. Motion to go into close?
We didn't talk about anything else. I
We
wanted to
have to
talk
go
about the
close.
combined.
Minor subdivision, you gotta
We
file
need to
for us on
change the meeting times.
Logan.
We don't have
We
a
got
half
the
hour
map,
slot.
it's all signed and
But
everything.
we
I'll
have-
bring it up
he has-
next meeting,
File with the
them
county.
He has
downstairs.
closed.
Oh,
What do you wanna go over with
We're
the
gonna send
board?
it to you.
I wanna talk about the
It'll be
combined
getting
board
filed
and the
for us
process
because
of
this
how
is-
we're
You
going
got
to
Colleen
be.
here, you
email
can
for-
ask her right
Yeah,
now, we can spend
Okay.
5 or
I'll
10
get-
minutes on
We'll
it.
get
and
that
then
sent
we'll-
over to you, the originals.
Colleen, Grace Ann has a couple questions on the combined board.
Yeah, so how is that process going to be? Because now we only have about a month. So this is how I envision it.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to actually interview the people that are interested and have it open to the entire town, and whoever, you know, is interested, that's qualified, right, that's here as a resident for a year, and is 18 or over. I think that's the 2 qualifications. Or is there more?
Honestly, I mean, I would do a little more than just being a resident for a year.
Those
They
are
really-
the-
they
those are
really
the-
don't.
The
Those are
state
Those are the
regs.
statutory
Right.
qualifications, but you can.
But you can,
But
yeah.
you can add, so
Yeah, I mean,
we
I
should
think
talk
somebody
about
who's
that.
been here a little longer that has maybe seen.
And I don't disagree with that.
Could
I was just
change.
going by the state regs. But I would like to see that and how it opened immediately, and then within given a time frame of maybe 2 weeks to see what we're going to get.
It's in the council's hands right now.
So the way that Tracy has done it, she has gotten what they call a talent bank of people that put in, they put in their request for boards and stuff. She gets it in the talent bank and they're considered for the position. Right now, you've had most of those people on the planning and zoning board have been appointed over the last 4 or 5 years. Pretty qualified, and to start all over again with all new people, I think is, you know,
Yeah,
tough.
there is some, and I'll be honest, there's some members from both boards that I really would
Well,
like to
they're-
keep because they're qualified, they're good, they're strong, it's not just everything's rubber stamp. Nothing against the rest of the council, but I'd like to keep Councilwoman Cap on the board. She
Oh, I
probably
love
doesn't
Thank
she's
you.
good, she's been there, she's solid, level-headed,
I love
can be
you,
tough at
Colleen.
times. But only because I have nothing against
Hope
anybody
you
else.
didn't wanna get off.
She's probably saying, okay,
What am I doing for the
how-
next?
Yeah, right.
How many meetings?
Right, every Thursday for the
Yeah.
next.
How do I
But
gotta
again,
change?
that's, I'm just.
After 5 years, I'm like,
No, I
here you
enjoy
go.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, and
5
it
years.
is,
Wow.
but and there are some members on both boards that they're really good.
But I'm not saying they can't apply.
Right.
I'm just saying that it should be open to the entire town. And then we discuss who actually applies, and then make a decision from there.
Yeah, so I guess the way it's going is both boards are dissolving.
Correct.
So usually I'm used to where just the Board of Adjustment dissolves and the planning board stays. And then there's some members who, you know, maybe can't commit to extra meeting or just whatever, and then you kind of, but yeah, I mean, I agree, that's, you know, we should, they need to be qualified. You know, it's not just an average resident, I hate
Well,
to say that, but just,
What's
not
the
that they have,
qualifications?
well, you wanna know things about construction, read plans, architecture. You know, we have an architect now who calls out, he's like, yeah, wait a minute, you know, this isn't right, that's not right, you can't do that. So that's the qualifications. I mean, not just someone who says, and you know, oh, this looks nice, you know, they should get, they should get it. You have to know the law. You have to know what's a hardship, what's not a hardship.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So my suggestion is, it is unusual to have an entire board wiped out, and you don't wanna put in all new people, cause they're just not gonna know what they're doing. You wanna have some continuity with what's happened. So I think you have 20 members, if I'm counting right. You have 9 plus 2 alternates on the planning board and 7 plus 2 on the zoning board. So you have 20, you've got now 13 seats to fill, right? 9 plus 4 alternates. Most of those people, doesn't have to be all, most of them, I would recommend come from your current boards, just because you have some continuity going forward. So, you know, as a policy matter, sure, you can interview people, and I'm not gonna say you should do that, but I would keep in mind that this is a pretty big change.
And if you know anybody, I would have them email Tracy Berkowitz
And
directly.
they have. They've
I had
come
somebody
in
reach
Okay.
out to me, I
Yeah.
said, send it in to Tracy,
Yeah.
let it get in the talent
People
bank,
come
if
in
they're
and
really
asking,
interested.
And Tracy said some of your, you know, your resume and you know, it's not just whether you like something or you like somebody, it's a lot more involved, it's legal, you know, and it's repercussions if you approve something that shouldn't be, you know,
Well, what is the training? Because I was on it. I mean, I think everybody here was on
well, there's a
at one
mandatory
time.
class you have to take, which is now another thing that these board members have to sign them up.
It's like 6
I mean,
hours.
it's 18 months you have, unless they're gonna change
Mhm.
that to take the class, but you just, you know that, but it's basically you need to have a little knowledge, and you're relying on your professionals to help guide you on, you know, the criteria, and what's permitted, and hardships, and what's not hardship, you know. We have a lot of people that come in last night, we had one, and I'll be honest, the board approved it, and I was a little disappointed. It was for a pool and a front yard, and there was no hardship.
Where?
The front yard?
How?
Was
Because
the
it's
door
a,
in the
it's a
backyard?
shadow lawn,
Kind of
and it's a
peninsula.
curve, it's a, peninsula, and,
Everything's a front
yeah,
yard.
and it was approved in the front yard and variance setbacks, and there was just, there was no need, there's no hardship. There's no hardship to have a pool.
But you just proved my point that we need some new people.
Well, it wasn't a unanimous vote, let me tell you, it was close.
Okay, but it was
They
proved.
got it through by one vote.
So, I still think we need to open it to the town. If we don't get the resumes and we don't get the interest, that's fine, but I think everybody should be at the same level of, hey, I'm interested, I'm not interested. We have to look at the attendance records for the people that are interested to see if they actually show up. Because when I was on there, I was an alternate, I voted every time because we couldn't get enough of the
Right.
members to show up for the meetings. So I think there's more to this
So,
than
yeah,
just,
so there,
let's
I'll be
bring
honest,
people.
the members that I'd like to stick around between both boards do attend. The ones that don't attend, they're not on my preferred to keep list. So, 'cause that's a big thing.
How many are on your prefer to keep list, I guess? Let's start there.
How about you share that list with us?
Mhm.
I don't have it with me.
No, not now, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
send us an
no,
email.
I can,
Please.
yeah, I can share if that's okay,
Yeah.
I can.
Mhm.
that's-
Sure.
And when will it go out to the town? Because
That's
we only
not
have
up to
2
me.
weeks.
That's not up to me, that's really, I think, council
Whenever,
thing,
that's a
correct?
council
I mean, that's a
decision,
council
yeah.
thing, not, it's
Put a
not up to
post
me
out
to
on
put it.
Facebook
Yeah.
Yeah.
and tell them to submit to Tracy.
Yeah.
Website.
And just give a
Yeah.
deadline
Or
by,
put on
you
the
know,
website.
I mean, hey, we might get
10th.
5, we might get none, we might get
Just
20.
Just put it up.
And you're
But I
right.
think it's the
We can put it on
fairest
the
way
website.
to do
Yeah,
this.
put it on the
I
website.
agree.
Jesse will get it on the website, you can
Thank
put it
you.
up on Facebook.
Yeah, no, I agree, you need to, you don't know what you're gonna get in. You might be surprised that you might get some really qualified people that are,
Right.
and it's gonna be a commitment, cause it's 2 meetings a month, where each
That's the
board
other
was
thing,
only
too. You
1
gotta
meeting a month.
commit.
That's a big
Yeah.
commitment.
And it's Thursdays?
Well, again, we don't know.
We don't know.
I have no idea who the board members are, who the professionals are. I am in limbo right now, I'm not scheduling anything. I do have something scheduled for July that was a carryover, but I'm
Mhm.
about ready to postpone that to August because we're running out of time. I don't know who the board members are. I have to have professionals picked. We're keeping them, we're getting new professionals. This is a lot to go on.
Yeah.
What days, if members, you know, majority of the members, can they still make a to me, to keep 2 Thursdays would be a little tough, because if I have to move, I can't move the week before or the week after.
Right,
Maybe
if we
keep
need to move
Thursdays
one
and
of our
Mondays.
meetings.
I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't know who the professionals will be, whether that fits in their schedule, the board members, you may have every board member say Thursdays are no good for me. Then what day do we do? I would prefer not to do a Wednesday, because we do have court on
Mhm.
Wednesdays. That's a lot if the docket is full, for the court to have to break down and for us to set up, and I don't wanna put that stress on them. Some days it's easy, but some days it's tough, and that's just
Yep.
a little too much, and then I gotta look at whatever the meetings are going on during the week, and so it's kind of, what do we do, where are we going, what days, is we
Mhm.
gonna keep Mondays and Thursdays, keep it 2 weeks apart that way,
And what about the criteria for attendance? I mean, what would you like to see? 70%, 80?
I'd like to see 100%.
Well, of course,
I
but
mean, because it is, you know, it's tough, because some applications require, 5 affirmative
Mhm.
votes, and if I only have 5 members,
and some of them go on for 10 meetings. I mean, I was in a few of them.
correct, but this
So-
should help with having 2 meetings a month and a combined board, whereas before, the planning board didn't have much, business. And then the Board of Adjustment was so backlogged, and then you're giving everybody 45 minutes, well, you're not getting anything done.
Right.
So with an agenda, I try to arrange it so that, you know, the homeowners, applications that are, you know, unfortunately because of a situation are not, you know, it's already an existing setback, and they're coming in, it's like try to get those in and out.
So it's gonna be 24 meetings a year, cause twice a month, and then from 6 to 10?
No, they start at 7.
So 7 to 10?
I would love to start them at 6, but again, members, it's tough to get there. Most of them work and the professionals work, and to get there, I would love to start a meeting at 6, but.
And what about
that's-
special meetings? Like, are we thinking that's gonna happen?
I don't think we would need them.
No?
I don't think so.
Do you do?
I think we will be
Okay,
getting
2 a
through,
month.
and especially with 2 meetings a month, at that point, when you have a big application come in, where, at this point with the agenda, I can control it, where this meeting will have all the residentials that are gonna go through in half hour or less.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big one that needs maybe 2 hours, I can do that on the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not holding anybody up, and
Are you separating them? Are you doing residential on one week and then
no,
commercial?
not yet, not yet.
These are further close.
If need be, I can, but at this point, no.
Okay.
One last, okay, you still going?
No, thank you. I'm good.
So, may have talked to either or both of you about not necessarily doing residential and commercial differently, but what's quorum? So is it 6?
We'll be a 9-member board, so it'll be 6.
6.
Six.
5.
5,
Five.
I'm sorry,
My
5.
bad. That's my bad. So I think one of us had the conversation about even having 2 meetings and not and splitting the board, because you have the alternates. So in theory, because you got the 3 alternates.
Right, with 13 members,
Right, you could have 6 at a meeting and 6 at a meeting, and have this 6 look at this application instead of having all 13.
correct, but depending on the application, an attorney or an applicant may not wanna proceed with just 5 or 6 members. Because, you know, if you only have 5 and one says no, you're done.
They have the option for that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a courtesy.
not uncommon.
Yeah. That's why it's important that I know,
Okay.
and we send out, let me know if you're attending or not
Right,
attending, either
right.
way, just a simple email,
Yep.
whatever, phone call, because we look really not very
Got it.
professional when somebody shows up and we only have 5 members, and it's like, you need everybody to vote yes.
But typically, if you have 7, most applicants will be
Yes,
satisfied with that.
Sure. 7 out of
cause you
9.
have,
Yeah.
Right.
cause you
Yeah.
have,
But because some require 5 or 4 members, that's why a lot of them don't wanna go with 6 or 5.
Sure, okay, got it, thank you.
Can I say one last thing? I just want to thank you for all the back and forth emails and for the statutes and for allowing me to review both and then.
It was a-
It
was a lot I threw
I
at you,
know,
but
but
thank
I
you.
want to thank you for that, and I also want to thank you for changing it back to the way it was. I also want to thank you so that the council has the authority to choose those 10 members. So thank you.
13.
No,
Oh,
13.
apologize. No, you're right. She's right. You got 2.
it's
Right,
10.
right. Right.
2, only have 1.
No. it's
Motion to
3.
go and close? Motion to go and close?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Just want to remind everybody that all Township Council meetings with the audio and videotape, they'll be shown on the Township of Ocean's Community Cable channel 22 on Verizon Fios and channel 77 on Cablevision. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Napolitani,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Fisher,
Here.
Council Members Zachara,
Here.
Kaplan,
Here.
and Tallarico.
Here.
And everyone, please stand for a pledge of allegiance, and please remain standing as we do a silent prayer. And this one is for the Kless family. As everybody knows, we suffered a major loss in this community yesterday, and everybody within the community has been hit by this. It's tragic, it's sad, and there's no words. So we'll do a moment of silence for the Kless family. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. You may be seated. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied, and a copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press, posted in Town Hall, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk on December 18, 2025. There are 2 emergency exits to my right that'll take you to the front of the building, 1 to my left that'll take you to the rear of the building. If you have to make a phone call, kindly step outside, and please make sure your cell phones are turned off. I'm going to start down in the middle here and start with Councilman Achara with council comments.
Wow, change of pace.
Well, you guys wanted some rotation, you know me. I keep giving in, so I'll just give it again.
Well, I'll tell you what, no report, Mr. Mayor.
Oh,
You surprised me, I'm
Whoa.
coming back at you.
Well, let's go to Talarico.
Thank you, Mayor. I do have a couple things.
I wouldn't have had anything if you picked me last either, so what about that?
I just want to say I attended the Jump with a Cop at Sky Zone yesterday, and it was amazing. The officers that were there, the 2 captains and the sergeant, I want to give a big shout out to them because it really was nice to see them engaging, and they always do on the outside, but with kids from kindergarten to 4th grade jumping, having fun. They were having fun. It was great. So I just want to thank them.
Can I plug something since I was
Oh, sure.
mentioned
Yeah.
Community Hope Fund funded?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
It is and was sponsored by the Community Hope Fund and the Ocean Township Police Department fund as well for snacks. And let's see, there's a few things. I did have one question about. I saw the Monmouth County is celebrating America's 250th anniversary at the June 28th parade in Middletown, and I was wondering if we're representing Ocean Township in that parade.
I think everybody's invited to attend. Yeah. So
Okay.
absolutely, you can join
So-
up.
Jen is leading the 250 committee, so you can.
Yeah. Email Jen Nordstrom. She's going away. Well, you can email her tomorrow before she leaves. She'll be back in a week after that.
Okay, because I would like to participate in the parade and also represent Ocean, and hopefully other people will come as well, and we can have a sign up to facilitate that day. The Shade Tree and Environmental Commission meeting is June 4th, starting at 7 p.m. in the upstairs meeting room. And I did attend the Monmouth County Children's Mental Health Awareness Day at the Allaire Farm. I just wanted to mention that there were representatives there from the State Cannabis Regulatory Commission, and their goal is to provide presentations to schools and community to deter teens and youth from using marijuana. So we do have that availability. They're willing to come out to our schools to talk to our high school students or grammar school students for free on that topic. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Fisher.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I have 2 things. I have a little a happy thought and then not such a sad thought. But let me start with the happy thought. I just want to let you know that Kenny Pickett Day is on. Quarterback for the Carolina Panthers is coming back to his hometown on June 28th. That is a Sunday from 9 to 11. I suggest everybody sign up as quickly as possible. It does sell out. It's been a wonderful event for the last few years. Kenny sticks around. He signs autographs. He throws balls with the kids. It's probably one of the more enjoyable events. On a more somber note, Mayor, I want to read something. I saw this on the internet. This was from Henry Vaccaro, and it was about Stacy Kless. And I just want to read this. Once in a while, you come across someone who is simply filled with kindness, love, warmth, and everything good that's in this world. And that person was Stacy. Stacy touched so many lives, our children, our families, our friends, our neighbors, her co-workers in Ocean Township school system, and our community as a whole. I did know Stacy rather well, but she had that rare ability to make you feel like family almost instantly through her beautiful and loving personality. I just wanted to read that. I thought it was touching, and prayers to the family. And unfortunately, we are officially speaking here, so we're not going to speak about the case. But I just wanted to let you know because this is a big part of our community. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Deputy Mayor Yeah, those words really spell it out about Stacy. She was really a really a sweet person. Yeah, I told the story, how I was stuck in a snowstorm for 36 hours on the road, and I came home, and on my porch from her was a bottle of wine and some flowers from my wife, welcoming us back home from that horrid trip. And that's the type of person that she was. She had a heart of gold. She was a sweetheart. And like Henry said, she had a knack for making you feel like family, and it's sad. Thank you for reading that, Deputy Mayor. On a happier note, what's that? Oh, I didn't get you. I'm sorry. Oops.
I thought you were really
Sorry, I forgot. I switched it up. That's the problem when you rotate like that. Councilwoman, go ahead. Sorry, no. Sorry about that.
I just want to say thank you to everybody in our town that helped organize our very special Memorial Day ceremony this past Monday. And it was rainy, but we really made the best of it. And it was really very touching to hear the veterans speak. And thanks to everybody who attended. And just the second thing that I just want to mention is a public service announcement, a call for entries on what America means to me, an essay poem contest and poster contest. The deadline has been extended to June 10th. So we encourage anybody who wants to participate to send in entries, and you can see each of our Facebook pages and the Ocean Township Facebook page for more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. My apologies again. I want to congratulate one of our planning board members and resident, Amir Berkovitz, for being honored for Jewish Heritage Month, along with Vicky Brosniak. Fisher, did I miss anybody from our community? Isaac Masery for Jewish Heritage Month. I want to thank for their.
Did Bell Hassan?
I don't think he's.
Maybe he was
Deal.
Chris Deal.
Yeah.
He lives here.
They were honored for Jewish Heritage Month. I want to thank Senator Andy Kim for coming down to visit Rising Treetops yesterday. He got to see what that facility is all about on Monmouth Road. It's truly a magnificent place, special needs, 16 acres right here in town. Respite care, it's quite the site. Look them up, Rising Treetops. They have several fundraisers. They're all, it's all done through fundraising and things of that nature, and grant opportunities. So it's a great spot. I met with the DEP commissioner, Ed Pasternak, down in Shark River. He came down to meet with about 8 mayors on the shore area to talk about various ways that the DEP can improve. That's probably one of our most difficult areas within the state of New Jersey that really holds up quite a bit. So the mayors all mentioned the fact that the permitting process needs to be worked on. Dredge spoils, we need more areas to put the dredge spoils. So I feel like they're getting off on the right foot with trying to find out how to fix things and mitigate and get a more streamlined process with that department. And finally, I had a good friend of mine and former law enforcement officer, Jimmy Billig, presented his company UACT, which does, they educate law enforcement on human and child trafficking, not just sex trafficking, but trafficking in general, whether it's work or whatever. He is going to be training all 47,000 law enforcement officers in the state of Florida. He reached out to me, wanted to get up here and meet with somebody, so Chief Sorrentino was more than happy to meet with him. So he actually presented in front of Sheriff Golden and several, about 30 police officers out at the Sheriff's Department. Pretty good program for the police officers, and I'm hoping that we bring it up here because, as everybody knows, sex trafficking, human trafficking, child trafficking is a very serious matter. So anything that we can do to help out and get the officers educated so that they can identify these types of people, it's a bonus to the state of New Jersey. So I want to thank Jimmy for coming up here and doing that presentation. With that being said, we have a consent agenda, and I'd like to mention that all matters listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the Township Council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion on these items. If a discussion is desired on any item, that item will be considered separately. The purpose of the public portion is to solely ask questions to understand resolutions that appear on this agenda and is not an occasion for a public hearing on an ordinance. All questions not related to the item on the agenda should be asked during the public comments portion at the conclusion of the meeting. Are there any questions as it relates to the agenda only?
Two things, Mr. Mayor.
Oh yeah, we're pulling resolution 26-113 and what other one? That's it? Just 26-113. Yes.
And I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to ask this upstairs. What was the reason for 115? The qualifications for prosecutor and alternate prosecutor?
We decided it's been a while since we went out for that position, so we decided we're gonna do RFPs.
Who decided
for
that?
Dave just came to me, with the chief. And
Okay.
put out for-
I'm sorry, who came?
The chief and Dave, would like to
Okay.
go after prosecutor.
Yeah, that's news.
And
Also.
just- yeah. That's why I sent it out right away.
Yep. Okay. Anyone wishing to be heard on any of the consent agenda, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes, but
It-
I'm gonna abstain on 115.
Okay. Now I look between the books. Achara? Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Tellerico?
Yes.
And Naplatani.
Yes on everything but 115. I will vote no on that. Vouchers in the amount of $1,798,603.10. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Tellerico?
Yes.
And Naplatani.
Yes. Ordinances up for adoption. Ordinance 2541, which is an ordinance amending Chapter 12 of the Revised General Ordinances of the Township of Ocean, 1965, prohibiting parking along Elberon Boulevard. Can someone please open the public comment on Ordinance 2541?
I'll move to open public comment on ordinance 2541.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Tellerico?
Yes.
And Naplatani.
Yes. Anyone wishing to be heard on Ordinance 2541, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, do I have a motion to close public discussion on Ordinance 2541?
I'll move to close public discussion on ordinance 2541.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Tellerico?
Yes.
And Naplatani.
Yes. Action on Ordinance 2541.
I move to approve ordinance 2541 and publish according to law.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Tellerico?
Yes.
Naplatani.
Yes, that ordinance passes. Ordinance 2542, which is an ordinance amending Chapter 21 of the Comprehensive Land Development Ordinance of the Township of Ocean, Section 21-39A, CBO, Cannabis Business Overlay Zone, Site Standards for Cannabis Businesses 2, Hours of Public Operation. Can someone please open public discussion on Ordinance 2542?
I move to open public discussion on ordinance 2542.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Tellerico?
Yes.
Naplatani.
Yes. Anyone wishing to be heard on Ordinance 2542, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
I have a question,
Yes.
because I don't see any public, but, why are we extending the hours? What's the purpose?
Kevin, you...
The request came from the business that's opening. The cannabis businesses in neighboring towns have the hours that are in this proposed ordinance. And because our hours are shorter, particularly in the evening, it will put this applicant at a competitive disadvantage, meaning revenue will be going to other towns rather than into Ocean. So we want to make this applicant competitive with the other towns.
So she didn't know that when she applied 2 years ago?
don't know what she knew 2 years ago. She knows it
I
today.
don't think anybody was around. I mean, were the other ones open 2 years ago?
But the ordinance that she applied for under had those hours in it.
Correct.
How does this affect the police? Is there any issue from the chief about this? The hours are extending by 2 hours during the week
I did not get any.
and 2 hours on Sunday as well.
I haven't gotten negative comments from the police. They have their own security, so I think the police view is that their involvement should be very limited in this operation, if at all.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to be heard? Seeing here none, do I have a motion to close public discussion on ordinance 2542?
I move to close public discussion on ordinance 2542.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
No.
You don't want to
Do
close
you want
the
to keep it
vote?
open?
You wanna-
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm voting no for
Ahead of
the next.
yourself.
You can vote no next time.
Uh,
Apologies.
Yes. Action on ordinance 2542.
I move to approve ordinance 2542 and publish according to law. Lost track of the word.
Second.
Second.
Roll
Achara?
call.
Oh, Achara?
No.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
No.
And Naplatani?
Yes. That ordinance passes. Ordinance 2543, which is an ordinance authorizing the sale of township-owned property, New Jersey Department of Transportation, pursuant to the local lands and buildings law NJSA 40A:12-13B1. Someone please open public discussion on ordinance 2543.
I move to open public discussion on ordinance 2543.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes. Anyone wishing to be heard on ordinance 2543, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing here none, do I have a motion to close public discussion on ordinance 2543?
I move to close public discussion on ordinance 2543.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes. That action on ordinance 2543.
Move to approve ordinance 2543 and publish according to law.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
Yes.
And Naplatani?
Yes. That ordinance passes. Introductions to ordinance starting with 2544, an ordinance establishing a joint planning zoning board of adjustment and amending Chapter 2 of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Ocean, 1965, Section 2-6.2, Planning Board. Someone please introduce ordinance 2544.
I move to introduce ordinance 2544.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
Yes.
Naplatani?
Yes, and that will have its public hearing on
So June 11th.
June 11th. Yep. Ordinance 2546, which is an ordinance to amend Chapter 12 of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Ocean, 1965, authorizing a stop intersection at various locations in the Township of Ocean. Someone please introduce ordinance 2546.
I move to introduce ordinance 2546.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
Yes.
And Naplatani?
Yes. And that too will have its public hearing on the 11th of June. Ordinance 2547, which is an ordinance amending and supplementing ordinance 2343 entitled an ordinance amending the revised general ordinances of the Township of Ocean 1965 relating to personnel policies, practices, and procedures, Article 5, absences, and Article 9, which is conduct. Someone please introduce ordinance 2547.
I move to introduce ordinance 2547.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Achara?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Kaplan?
Yes.
Talerico?
Yes.
And Naplatani?
Yes, that too will have its public hearing on the 11th of June. Now we will open it up to public comment on anything germane to the Township of Ocean. Please be reminded you have a 5-minute limit. If you'd like to be heard, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Mike, stand as well. First, you have to sing a song first.
Okay. My name is Roy Larson. I'm at 1517 Logan. And I'm really looking for more of a confirmation of what's going on with the property next door to me at 1515. I've heard various things. Could someone please summarize what is going to happen?
Hi, Roy. How you doing? Good to see you tonight. That property has been agreed upon by the council that it will be cut into. It's already been cut into 6 buildable lots.
Okay.
It will be auctioned off. I believe it's July. The date got pushed from June to July due to some paperwork issues. But yeah, it's all in the works right now.
Okay, so it will never be a school.
It will never be a school. That building will be torn down, and
Oh, okay.
it will be cut into 6. It's cut into 6 lots.
Okay, so whoever wins the bid and moves
They have to
forward,
tear
the
it
proper
down and
procedure
do all
will
the
be
site
doing.
work. Yep.
So I'll have a neighbor.
You'll have 6 neighbors.
6 neighbors.
Roy.
Well,
Well, you have 3 on one side, maybe the way it goes.
We'll talk about that later. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. And tell your son I owe him a call back. We played a little phone tag. Chris?
That's,
Christian?
yes, I am Christian's dad.
Yes, I know.
Don't blame me for everything, but
No, he was actually pretty good. He
The apple, yeah,
he bent my ear about a couple things, but I have to actually talk to him. So tell him
Excellent.
I will return the call.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mayor, if you don't mind, I just want to jump in real quick
Sir.
on that. We're actually looking to get one developer to take the entire project, so it's not going to be sold as 6 parcels. It'll be one developer is going to take care of the whole thing. He's going to cut the streets. He's going to do the sewer, the plumbing, the whole bit. So it's a better deal for the township to have one person taking care of everything. Yep.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Roy.
Didn't mean to take over like this.
No.
To be honest with you, the only concern I have is the property line between my property and what will be 1 or 2 or 3 properties on the other side. You know, will it be common area? Right now it's pretty messy because all of that property shrubbery belongs to the building next door. So when plans come forward to, you know, whatever they're gonna do property-wise on the site planning, I'd like to see it cleaned up and made.
So Roy, you're going to be noticed when they do that,
Okay.
and you know you'll have every opportunity to go to the planning board when they do their site plans.
Okay.
I would, you know, obviously they're going to have the regular setbacks that the properties have. So
Yeah,
Okay.
the current status is there's been preliminary approval
that's
of the lots.
Yeah.
After the auction, there will be final approval before the planning board. That's the time I suggest you go to the planning board and make your concerns known, and the planning board.
And see what's going on and what
Right.
the
I don't know
conversations are.
exactly when that'll be, but sometime towards the end of the year.
Well, it'll be within 3 years or so. Just saying.
Thanks, Roy. Anyone else wishing to be heard? Seeing here none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
That was for you.
Thank you. You have a great evening and great weekend.